All right, we are live. Welcome to Geeks Worldwide presents Preston Key. I am, of course, your host, Michael Schluger, and this is episode 294. We have a fantastic show for you. Lots of things buzzing around in the gaming universe. But before we begin, let me introduce the crew. We have Connor Howard.
Back once again.
Good to have you, man.
Can't get rid of me.
That's right. That's right. I've been to the doctor several times and I just can't figure out what to do with you.
They'll figure it out eventually.
Sooner or later. Modern medical science will catch up. And we have a new face with us tonight, Joe Pellicone. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
So let us jump right into it. There's a lot of stuff to cover and so very little time. We have a couple of PSAs for you. So the first one is, I think, probably the biggest one. So I'm going to just, let's talk about it. Watch Dogs. It's free right now on Ubisoft. See, if we weren't doing this live, I'd like redo that part, but can't do that live.
Keep going.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said, it's free. All you gotta do is just create a Uplay account if you don't have one already,
which is also free.
And just log in and say, "Give me this game," and boom, it's yours.
There are some people out there who will say, like, you have to pay me to play Watch Dogs, but free is a good reason to get into it. Like, it's worth playing. It's not great, but it's worth playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a $60 game, but listen,
hell no.
you can't really argue with free, right?
No.
So
yeah, go for
why
it.
not pick it up? And the thing is, like, you don't really get this on the console, I might add, right? Like, you have to pay for the PS Plus, you have to pay for the Xbox Gold. Not if you're a PC gamer, right? You just fucking log in and click the link, and there you go. It's yours.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Are you guys? Did you guys pick it up already? I picked it up.
I'm downloading it right now. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Our next PSA involves. Let me get back to the stories. Where are they? There they are. Involves StarCraft 2. It's also going free to play now. It's not free to play yet. I believe that is coming down the pipeline very soon. November 14th. So November 14th. It's going to be. It's pretty soon. It's going to be totally free, including the multiplayer. The multiplayer, though, does have sort of an interesting little hitch to it, and that is you can't get into the multiplayer right away. You have to play against the AI for 10 days in a row, like once a day, 10 days in a row.
Huh.
And after you do that, then you get to go into the multiplayer. It's
Weird.
basically their way of saying, like, get a little good, like get a little practice in there before you jump in.
It's known as the official get good policy.
That's right.
Standard operating procedure.
Standard operating procedure for Blizzard.
Disclaimer.
I mean, listen, you can't argue with this one either. StarCraft 2 is if you're going to play an RTS, you can't really go wrong with StarCraft. So it's pretty awesome. And those that, by the way, if you bought the game, then you get the free expansion. I think Heart of the Swarm, I think, is the one that you get for free.
Yeah.
And if you bought Heart of the Swarm, well, then you're kind of SOL. You get like some special avatars and some skins or whatever, but nothing quite as good. But listen, you've been playing StarCraft 2 for years and years and years. So, I mean, you got that over us, right? So
Yeah.
something.
You get a whole new bunch of people to beat.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. You got some punching bags. That's true.
Some noobs to dunk on.
That's right. I'm sure there's like some dude sitting in the bottom of his basement going, finally. Now make a level 1 account and go in.
Been waiting 7 years for this.
Right. That's right.
Make some kids cry.
My macros are ready. So that's kind of cool. Our last PSA, no more free games. I'm sorry. Listen, 2 free games in 1 week that are like AAA titles. Honestly, it's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
I mean, it's honestly, it's like a bit of an early Christmas, really, as far as I'm concerned. So our last bit of PSA news involves the voice actors strike. That thing that you didn't even know was happening. It is actually the longest acting strike in U.S. history. Again, I don't think that means much to a lot of people, but it's finally over. So your favorite voice actor? I wonder if like anyone can can you guys name like a video game voice actor?
Oh God, I can name a ton. I mean, Nolan North right off the top of my head.
Nolan North is the one that
Nathan Fillion, Laura Bailey.
Nathan Fillion doesn't quite count because he's a regular actor as well.
Yeah,
exclusively a voice actor.
I doubt he's in the Union now that you mention it, but there's Laura Bailey, there's Travis Willingham, there's Troy Baker, there's
Troy Baker's another
Ashley Birch, maybe. I think she was in part of the strike.
I'm sure Ashley Birch was.
Brian Bloom. Brian Bloom is one of my favorite voice actors.
Well, I have good news, Connor, because now you can hear them again in your favorite video games.
Oh boy,
yeah,
great.
It was actually a bit of a problem for many in the on the production side of things. You know, on the developer side of things, they had to basically go around the union or do like very special piecemeal deals, which like one-off sort of deals to get certain people to appear and stuff. So this is good, honestly. You've got Red Dead Redemption coming up, so maybe we'll be able to get some good voice acting into that game. Although, to be fair, Rockstar is actually notorious for using unknown people to pay them very little. But
I kind of like unknown voices though, because like some of the really big names, like obviously Nolan North, Troy Baker, even Laura Bailey's getting to that point too. Tara Strong, people, Jennifer Hale, like people like that. I'm like almost borderline sick of hearing their voices.
Oh, really?
They've been in so many games, and like they do some good character work where they differentiate here and there. But it's also like I'd really love to just hear some new people bring some new life to some new characters. I'm personally cool with that. But
I think that happens a lot in voice acting in general, because like even if you're watching animes, at a certain point, like like certain characters are typecast as always the muscle guy, always the slight rogue.
Yeah,
I'd like to put it out there, developers, that I'm available to do voice actor work. If you know,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I am too.
What a coincidence!
Yes.
Hey, I guess we all have ambitions.
That's true. And listen, I won't even be mad if you take Connor over me, because he's got some lovely dulcet tones.
Oh, thank you. That means so much.
Stroke you all the right ways. So. But I should be after him. After him, you call me. All right, I'll take it.
I'll accept it.
Yeah. So let us jump into the regular stories. But we're going to change things up just a little bit, and we're going to actually start you off with a what the fuck story first. And then if you want to hear the other ones, you have to wait till the end of the podcast. So our first what the fuck story has to do with a photo exhibition that recently took place in London. Seems pretty, doesn't seem too crazy. But this was a photo exhibition organized with in-game screenshots from Assassin's Creed. And, a lot of video games, obviously, nowadays are putting in a photo mode of some sort. You've got one in Batman Arkham City. You've got one in Assassin's Creed. I know there's one in Horizon Zero Dawn. And
Uncharted had one.
Uncharted, just to name a few.
No Man's Sky. Yeah.
No, obviously, that's just like walking photography simulator right there. So now here's the thing. So this exhibition only was for one day, as far as I can tell. And they used, and I quote, leading Instagram travel photographers, as opposed to like just video gamers. But I think this kind of almost brings up an interesting thing. Do you guys think we'll see more of this in the future? Do you guys think we'll like see gallery exhibitions of like, screenshots from different video games?
I think it's very possible. I mean, as more, like you said, it's getting more common in games, and honestly, we're getting to the point where games are starting to mirror real life even more and more by the year. So it's like, if you can take pictures of everyday life and display them, why not? Like, because you can move through the game world, you can set up certain shots, you can get the composition and the lighting, you can still express yourself